Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Anthony here. Thank you for tuning in to another video. In this video, we are going to discuss an ongoing phenomenon in the investing community. Most of you watching this video probably know or use Robinhood. They've really changed the game when it comes to brokerages because they just made it so simple, so easy, so cheap and affordable for everyone to use that everyone uses it. However, although there are many positives that Robinhood provided to many young and experienced investors, there was one major issue caused by the innovation of this brokerage, and I feel like many people aren't really addressing it. And I think it's right in front of our faces. In short, many people are losing money because they don't know how to trade, and Robinhood's enabling it. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into how Robinhood is contributing to a greater misuse of funds by many inexperienced investors. But first, guys, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. I post every Wednesday and Saturday, so 2 videos a week about financial news, financial topics, financial subjects, entrepreneurship, anything related to business. So check that out if that's for you. Also, drop a like on this video if you found the video interesting. All this really helps me out a ton. It helps the channel grow and I can reach new people and inform new people, so I'd really appreciate that. Back to the video. For starters, if you're not using Robinhood, there is a link down in the description where you can get a free stock for signing up for Robinhood's platform, so feel free to check that out. If you're interested in investing and don't know where to start, you can click that link. You can set yourself up with a nice brokerage account. The main issue caused by Robinhood is that it's making it too easy to trade. Before I go into the negatives, I want to talk about all the positives that Robinhood brought to investing and to the brokerage industry as a whole. Before Robinhood came to the picture, you would have to pay a fee every single time you made a trade. So if you wanted to buy Tesla stock, which I don't know if you'd really want to, go ahead. If you wanted to buy shares of Tesla stock, you might have to pay $3 to $7 every time you made a purchase. So if I were to buy a share of Tesla, I would pay an additional $3 to $7. And if I were to sell that share of Tesla, I'd have to pay $3 to $7. So every transaction you made while investing was charged. It was not free. Then Robinhood came along. Robinhood was like, you know what? Too many people are being deterred from investing, from even starting, because of these fees that really don't associate with the stock. So they decided, let's eliminate brokerage fees entirely to open up doors for many people who do not have enough money to pay for these little commission fees every now and then. This set waves across the entire industry as all other brokerages opted to do the same because of how much traction this was getting on Robinhood. So many people are signing up for Robinhood's platform. Since the app launched in 2014, the number of users on the app has grown from 40,000 to 13 million. That is an increase of over 32,000%, all in the span of 6 years. So Robinhood has really resonated with a lot of young and experienced investors, and they've seen tremendous growth as a result. They've also taken a number of other steps to make sure that people can afford to invest in the first place. The platform doesn't require any account minimums for brokerage accounts. They also unrolled fractional shares, so you can invest in stocks for as little as $1. So you can open up a brokerage account with, let's say, $5, and you can actually invest in 5 separate companies, and you're not penalized by Robinhood for not having a significant amount of money in your account. So many young people, college students, people under the age of 30, are really resonating with this idea because they do not have a lot of money, because they are in the early stages of their career or before starting their career, and they're able to maximize the use of their funds. They can stretch their dollar that much farther. As a result, people are getting access to a means of generating wealth that have never had this access before. And this success that Robinhood has found translated into other brokerage apps launching. You have online brokerages like Webull and Betterment looking to find some of the same success that Robinhood had with younger investors. And in my opinion, they're doing just that. With the rise of technology, young and experienced investors have opportunities to invest like never before. There should be a means for many people to have an opportunity to accumulate wealth in a long-term fashion. However, that is not the case. Although there are a number of options out there for people to invest, I think there is more trouble than benefits for those who are inexperienced and young. Robinhood notes the inexperience and youth of its clientele, its users. Robinhood states that the average age of one of its users is 31 years old, and half of its users have never invested prior to using Robinhood. While this could be a good thing, giving so many inexperienced people an opportunity to learn and to build wealth, there are a lot of mistakes made along the way, and due to the fact that there are no limits, there are no commissions, there are no account requirements, these are not just small mistakes that an inexperienced investor would have made before Robinhood. Now they're much larger, much more substantial mistakes because many of these people do not know what they're doing, and Robinhood gives access to a number of financial instruments that these inexperienced investors probably shouldn't have access to. As a result, a number of these inexperienced investors take on, unknowingly, significant amounts of risk. Statistics show that users of Robinhood's platform take on significantly higher amounts of risk in their trading compared to other online brokerages. One popular risky form of trading executed by these types of investors is trading options. These users also trade their positions at a much higher frequency than the users of other online brokerages. Trading options alone in a long-term setting can be risky. Add in the fact that these trades are being executed at such a high frequency, and the risk involved gets amplified significantly. And this truly demonstrates how inexperienced and how uneducated many of these users are in terms of basic finance, because financially sophisticated investor will not take on such tremendous amounts of risk. Well, you may say, Anthony, I've seen people make a lot of money day trading at high frequencies, trading options. I want to tell you that it's either they're very, very lucky and they don't know what they're doing, or they're lying, because a majority of day traders do not make money on the stock market. Trading at a high frequency over the long term is definitely going to lead to substantial losses, or at most break even for those investing. Studies show that 1% of day traders are able to realize a profit reliably on a consistent basis. That means that 99% of day traders are unable to reliably realize positive returns in their investments. Further, according to another study, 97% of day traders lose money on the market. Only 1% makes minimum wage, and 0.5% makes it as much as the average salary of a bank teller. So you have a 99.5% chance of making minimum wage or less while day trading. So you have a 0.5% chance of making a bank teller's salary doing day trading. Is that worth it? I would argue not, especially when the odds are that you are going to lose money in the long term doing so. However, I had the privilege and the opportunity to study financial markets, financial concepts. Many people who are investing are first-time investors. Some have not even gone to school, and they do not understand how financial markets work and how to utilize financial instruments. As a result, they are partaking in these types of behavior, and they are realizing substantial losses. Some of these losses are so substantial that they may not be able to recover from them long term. And unfortunately, some of these losses have been so massive that some people have actually taken their lives as a result. This is a very serious topic, something that can cause financial distress in the long term for all Robinhood users who utilize these methods. And Robinhood should really step up to the plate and prevent these types of things from happening. Yes, they have a newsletter. Yes, they have a podcast, both of which I find very resourceful. But like I mentioned, I do have some type of financial background. Many users do not. Many people see Robinhood as less of an investing platform and more of a gambling site. They gamble on the stock market. They don't invest in the stock market. And this is that day trading behavior, the day trading mindset that I mentioned previously. Earlier in this pandemic, Barstool Sports CEO Dave Portnoy was partaking in day trading just for fun because, he's a multi-millionaire and can do that for fun. But he advised people not to partake in this type of activity. It requires a lot of work, and you're likely not to make a profit. And then Robinhood allows people to increase the amount of risk. They approve too many people to trade options. They approve people to trade on margin, which means you take out debt to invest. These are very risky forms of trading, and Robinhood should really take the precautions to prevent these types of behavior amongst its users. And Wall Street is getting a little fed up too, because a lot of the bizarre activity on the stock market this past year has been directly a result from this type of trading. In an earlier video I made this year, I go over market speculation, which you can probably check out up here or up here, whatever. Market speculation is you're speculating that the company is going to do well in the future. You're making a guess. You're projecting. You're not basing it on a fundamental analysis or like substantiated facts in the present. You're making a guess, essentially. An educated guess, hopefully. But for those on Robinhood, it's not an educated guess. It is a gamble. It is a bet. Yes, a bet. Like Wall Street Bets, an entire subreddit dedicated to gambling on the stock market. Many people see it as a joke, but I'm fearful that many people do not, which means that people are embracing this type of behavior, and as a result, many people are just going to lose more and more money on the stock market. So what should be done? As I said previously, Robinhood should really step in and prevent these types of trades from being executed. They should discourage the high frequency at which many of these investors are trading, and that itself would lower the amount of risk these users are taking on. Further, they should not make it so easy to get approved for options. Many people get approved for options trading with very little background. That should not be the case. I know everyone is an individual, everyone makes their own choices and their own mistakes, but the way Robinhood is situated is you're giving people who have never traded before, never had an opportunity to invest, never had an opportunity to learn how to invest, the opportunity to invest for the very first time, and you're giving them, all right, here's options, here's margins, and they're exposed to such an enormous amount of risk without really realizing what's going on. They see people on Instagram, they see people on YouTube who are like, oh yeah, I day trade. And that should not be the case. Robinhood should really be the bigger person in this situation, and they should really look to fix the situation. In my opinion, they're as much of an investing app as they are an educational app. They have improved their educational platform, but they need to take an extra step further and make it so that so many people are not falling victim to such recklessness on their platform, especially since they are encouraging it. And if they don't take any of these preemptive measures going forward, it looks bad on their part because it looks like they're benefiting from the dismay of many investors, because they do profit ever so slightly of every trade you make. And if people are trading at such a high frequency, regardless if it's for a loss, Robinhood does profit in some fashion. And I do not want that to be the case, but if that is the case, then shame on the platform. Another way this could be prevented altogether, if more people were taught financial literacy, whether it's in school or whether it's on their own through YouTube or other social media. If these users were financially literate, they would know that investing long term, on average, is going to get you about an 8% return annually. So just by putting your money away and not doing anything, not having to look at the markets every single day, you're going to most likely get a positive return, especially if you were to invest it in an index fund. I'd rather have the likelihood of getting an 8% return every year than getting that 0.5% that I'm going to make a bank teller salary. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and Robinhood shouldn't do the ethical thing and take that step to educate its users and to limit the amount of risk they take on. If they say they're a new investor, they never invested before, like half of its users state, then they should put the training wheels on, and they should not allow them to access so many risky instruments in terms of trading. Thank you for tuning in to another video, guys. It means a lot to me. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, drop a like down below. Comment, do you think Robinhood is not doing the right thing right now? Are they benefiting from this? And are they knowingly benefiting? Should they do something about this? So comment down below, what are your thoughts? If you're new, like I mentioned previously, subscribe down below. I post every Wednesday and Saturday some financial, business related video. So you might find that interesting. So, subscribe, help the way out. Also, if you want to start investing on Robinhood, for one, have a long-term mindset. Do not day trade. That's very safe. The market returns 8% annually. Also, click the link down below. You get one free stock, I get a free stock, and we both benefit in that regard. If you invest long term, there is no issue. If you don't, then there's an issue. So Robinhood is a good platform for long-term investors. So until next time, guys, I'm Anthony, and I will see you later.